They have their own system of determining the root numbers of things, going through and assigning each letter a value. And it comes out as different than the English version. Both cultures, English or British and American, uh, spell orange the same way, but in Greece, it had a different root number. And so you can watch the progression throughout history of words that have their origins in things like Latin and things like Greek. Hebrew is a great example of that too. Each of the letters in the Hebrew alphabet also have a particular value with it. This is why when you look at their scriptures, you can get really deep into the numerological aspect of things and unlock certain clues as to that, because each letter is a number. Therefore, each word is a composite of letters or a composite of numbers, and also has its root number. It's a fascinating trace. If you go back to the origin of things, you can see how it got into our language. I mean, I would hazard to say that English actually has very few words that are its own. Even something like computer, I would be willing to speculate that the word compute comes from something. Sounds Latin to me, actually, but I don't know for sure. Right? So you can trace the origin of history, or the origin. I'm sorry, the history of words. And things. Yeah. And what the cultural differences are between two cultures separated by a common language. If you haven't picked it up yet, today's a bit about groundwork.
Yes.
That's why it's questions instead of answers. I want to trigger in you, or reignite in you, since all of you are prior EMAN members, I want to reignite in you your love and passion for groundwork. Typically, groundwork has to do with color, number, symbol, and sigil.
Of course it is, yeah.
Okay, so answer a question for me. What's that?
Number 3.
Y'all agree?
Yeah.
Y'all agree?
I'm glad you said that, because I was about to say 8:30.
Hey, that's a
Don't
good
ask
way
me
to look
why.
at it.
Don't ask
Right.
why. That was the
Right.
first thing that came to mind, was 8:30.
Yeah, curiously, right? 4.
Yeah, I know. This is the problem. Yeah.
Yeah. We write 4 either like this or like this, depending on how you were trained. But regardless of that, in the original one, you get the law of 4 plus sign in there, don't you? Yeah. Just with 1/4 of it quartered out, because it's always the way it is, isn't it? Lion can see hot and wet, this type of stuff, but lion can't see serpent, for example. Completely at the opposite end of the bar. Okay, but you told me that this is the number 3. Is that right?
Yeah. Yes.
Everyone agree?
Yep.
Nope. It's the sigil for 3. A sigil is a representation of something. If I have 3 pieces of chalk, holding in my hand 3 pieces of chalk, that is the essence of 3-ness. It can never be confused with 4-ness or 6-ness or 1-ness. Right? It's the essence of 3-ness. Color, number, symbol, sigil. Why is it not a symbol?
Is it to do with the potency of what that can do? Like,
Kind of.
when,
I guess it would depend on how you're using the word connective, because a symbol is going to have a natural representation of the thing that it symbolizes.
right.
Okay. A rod, for example, is a direct symbol of the nature of transmissiveness. A cup is a direct symbol of the nature of receptiveness. And you can even see this in electronics, can't you, right? Where a transmitter is going to be a rod-like antenna, and like a satellite receiver is going to be a cup-like thing. And because that's the way that it works the best. Electrons tend to flow off of a point. If you have a pointy thing, like a needle or a nail or whatever the case is, and you have it charged with a certain type of electricity, the place you're going to get zapped is right at the point, okay? Because that's what transmits. If you hold your hand near the cylindrical portions of it, I mean, if you touch it, it's still going to try and flow into you, but it won't do so as easily as it does at the point.
Yeah.
You know, like half parabolic or complete parabolic receivers are there to collect things in as they do that. You know, so you can push that. Those are symbols. 4, the number 4 is both a sigil and a symbol. I'll let you work that one out. Okay, so now you know the difference between symbol and sigil, and it's important to know those things.